In this video, I'd like to show you how to define sample groups in Toxygates. Defining sample groups is the first step to analyzing data, so it's a necessary step that every analysis must begin with. When you first go to Toxygates, you will see this start screen, and the screen is divided into different tabs, as you can see here at the top of the screen. So to begin and define sample groups, first click here on the sample groups tab, and the tab shows up here. To select the samples you want to look at, you can select various categories such as the species, in vivo or in vitro testing, liver or kidney samples, and single dose or repeat dose. The contents of these boxes will depend on what you choose. For example, for human there is no in vivo available, and generally it's best to start from the left and go to the right. Here I'm going to select rat, in vivo, liver and single dose samples. As you change these parameters, the list of compounds here changes to reflect what's available for that combination of parameters. So I'm going to select acetaminophen, and you can see the various dose levels and the various time points available, and you can select some individual combination, for example 6 hours middle dose, or if you want you can select all the middle dose or any combination you want. So I'm going to select middle dose and 24 hours, and I can type a name for my group, or I can go with the automatic name which is provided by the system, and then I'm going to save the group. Saved groups appear in the list here. You can edit the group again by clicking edit, you can delete it, or you can define a new group by selecting a second compound, or if you wish the same compound. I'm going to select cisplatin, also this one 24 hours, and then middle dose, and I go with the default name and I save that. You can save any number of groups you want, and they are persisted in your web browser so that when you return to Toxygates later you will still see the same groups here. And finally, groups can be active or inactive. However, it is necessary to have at least one active group to proceed. So when you have selected the groups you want to analyze, you can click on the Next View Data button, or equivalently, you can click on the View Data tab up here. So I go to View Data, and then you can see the data, and you can begin analyzing the data in the table and page around and look at charts and so on. So that's how to define sample groups in Toxygates. You can always go back to the sample groups tab if you want to change or revise your group definitions.